Hello, this is Angelia with today's Bible reading. Today's reading comes from Hebrews 6, Better Things for You. But, beloved, we are concerned of better things concerning you, and things that accompany salvation, though we are speaking in this way. So, you know, a better life comes along when you're saved. You stop worrying about the worldly life so much and start thinking more about, what's going on in your religious and spiritual lives. For God is not unjust so as to forget your work and the love which you have shown towards his name. That's kind of how the name for my ministry that I ran for 17 years, Works of Heart. I still actually use that name on a couple of my pages, but the ministry is officially closed down. You still use the email for, selling paintings and stuff like that, but it's officially closed down because I couldn't do it justice anymore. I had to retire because of my health and, couldn't get enough hours a day in. So, but God is going to notice that. God is going to notice my work and that I'm here doing this. So I'm still trying to work in the ways that I can. And God is going to reward me for that. And I believe that. And having ministered and in still ministering to the saints. Like I said, if you don't want to be a minister, if you don't want to witness in any public way, as people cross your path, God will sometimes have somebody cross your path that you can just minister to. That's a good thing for you to do when the opportunity arises. And we desire that each one of you show the same diligence so as to realize the full assurance of hope, this wrinkle, until the end, so that you will not, be sluggish, but imitators of those who through faith and patience inherit the promises. That's back to the sower parable where there are those who, get the seed and then they fall away. It fell on poor soil or rocks. It sprung up but died out in the sun. And there are unfortunately people who do that. And there are people who profess to be saved who do a lot of things that if you are saved, you don't do. So, just saying. For when God made the promise to Abraham, since he could swear by no one greater, he swore by himself, saying, I will surely bless you, and I will surely multiply you. Because no one's greater than God, so he didn't have anybody to swear by but himself, So, but you can take that to the bank. If God says it, he means it, and God does not lie. So, having patiently waited, he obtained the promise. Remember Abraham, he waited, and he was an old man before he, begot, Isaac. So even though he had to wait, and I think if I remember right, I'd have to go back and read, I don't remember specifically the age, but I think he was up in his 90s before. Don't come on here and correct me if I'm wrong. Look it up for yourself if you want to know for sure. But he was that old. He had waited that long, but God gave him the promise. So how much, more we're waiting for our justice or breakthrough or whatever, will he also deliver us? Yes. For men swear by one greater than themselves, and with them an oath given as confirmation is at end of every dispute. Because, when you say, I swear by, swear to God, swear by the Bible, swear by whatever, a mother's grave. People swear by a lot of weird things, that they're telling the truth. Now, in psychology, they teach you if someone's going around saying, honestly, they're either trying to impress upon you the point of how important it is, or, they're lying by saying that. So it's up to you to figure out which one it is. Usually when I use honestly, it's to impress upon you that this is an important point. Honestly, this, so in the same way, God, desiring even more to show to the heirs of the promise the unchangeableness, that's an odd word, of his purpose, interposed with an oath, so that by two unchangeable things in which it is impossible for God to lie, we who have taken refuge would have strong encouragement to turn the page here. You gotta love these little thin pages here. Take hold of the hope set before us. So God is unchangeable. God does not lie. So if God said it, we can believe it. Take it to the bank. This hope we have as an anchor of the soul, a hope both sure and steadfast, and one which enters within the well where Jesus has entered as a forerunner for us, having become a high priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek. So, Jesus came before us and he told us in his Father's house were many mansions, and he went to prepare a place for us. And if it were not so, he would have told us. So, we can rest in the hope that when we pass and we go to our spiritual life, there's a place for us. We might not have had a place here on earth that, was very good, but we're going to have one there. So we can rest in that hope because God is not a liar, and therefore Jesus is not a liar, because if you've seen him, you've seen the Father. If you've seen the Father, you've seen him. So, we can rest assured that better things are coming for you in your next life. Amen. That's all for now.